When we launched The Best Defense back in January 2006, we promised to cover each and every case with the presumption of innocence firmly intact. And we have endeavored to do that every single day here on our program, day in and day out, even where the facts of the case have made that difficult. Ironically, this week, our last week, may have proved the most difficult of all, a case in which a young couple was kidnapped, raped, tortured, and brutally murdered. But it is these most difficult cases that remind us why we do what we do. It is these most difficult cases that remind us that every defendant, not just the innocent ones, is entitled to a full defense. That every defendant, even Charles Manson and Jeffrey Dahmer, is entitled to be judged in a public trial by a jury of his or her peers. Sadly, most shows on television do not honor this principle. Not Law and Order, not Nancy Grace. In fact, you'll have to look long and hard to find another show like ours that celebrates this fundamental American principle. And you're not going to find it, because as central as it is to our democracy, ours is not a popular view. It's much easier to side with the mob than a higher moral code. And that's why I want to take a minute to thank this network for having the coverage to let me have my say all these years. I want to thank my bosses, Tim Sullivan and Marlene Dan, for supporting me along the way. And most of all, to my tireless staff, my producers, Michelle Fox and Gideon Hayes, our segment producer, Amanda Greenberg, who came over with me from ABC, Deb Cody, our booking producer, who brings you all the wonderful guests you love every day, our associate producers, Kelly Hill and Kyle Dill, my directors, Robbie Lumio and Don Palumbo, who was my very first director ever at Court TV, the people who make us beautiful in the makeup room, Anita Vincenza and Wilbert, and of course the folks in the control room, and my crew out here in Studio B. I'm taking the time to mention all these people by name, not only because they work so hard here in New York every day, but because I know they didn't always quite understand how I could defend some of these people caught up in the cases we cover. But my staff truly came to understand their right to be defended and worked tirelessly so you would understand it too. We all want to thank you, our viewers, because without you, we would have been nothing. Because you understood all along that more than anything else, the best defense has been about the rights of the accused, the insane like Andrea Yates, the false confessors like Marty Tankleff, those who were denied access to the evidence that could exonerate them like Cynthia Summer, and children like Cody Posey who acted before their brains had fully formed to adulthood. These are the people contemplated by the founders when they wrote that in all criminal prosecutions, the accused shall enjoy the right to a speedy trial and public trial by an impartial jury and the assistance of counsel for their defense. They were the accused, you were the public. We merely shined a light upon the process, and we thank you for keeping it honest. And that is the last word, the last word. Trial coverage will continue on Monday with new anchors, and I hope you will support them. Thank you so much for watching.